All right, man. Let's talk about the Lions taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Appreciate everybody for tapping in. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Appreciate everybody for supporting the channel. Um, but yeah, let's talk about Lions. They play Arizona. It'll be a late game because they in Arizona, so it'll be a 4:25 kickoff. Um, I think this is a tough game for the Lions. They are favored to win this game. Um, Arizona really should be 2-0. They let one slip away from Buffalo. Um, yeah, they let one slip away in Buffalo, and Josh Allen start running wild or whatever the situation may be, man. But yeah, they favored by three. Usually the home team is favored by three. That's usually the standard line. Over and under is 52 and a half. They opened up at three, and they opened up the point over and under 51 and a half. Money line is plus 30 for the Cardinals, negative 150 for the Lions. The Lions have a 49.9% chance winning. Um, for the most part, Marvin Harrison Jr. did all his damage last week versus the Rams. Five catches, 134 yards, two TDs. For the most part, James Conner, he's been running 37, carries, 172 yards, two TDs. Kyler Murray, four touchdowns, 428, 428 yards. And Jared Goff has been, horrible. 524 passing yards, one TD, three interceptions. Obviously Dave Montgomery, 28 carries, 126, two TDs. And Jameson Williams, 10 catches so far, 200 yards and one TD. So the thing about Arizona, man, I like them on paper. I like how they finished last season off, kind of similar to how New Orleans finished last season off. New Orleans was hot as fish grease last season offensively to finish it off. And I think they got a new offensive coordinator, and whatever rhythm Derek Carr and them found last year, they rolling. I think they scored on every possession so far. So yeah, they rolling right now, man. So Arizona, they beat some really good teams once Kyler Murray came off the ACL last year. Um, yeah, they beat some really good teams. So they hot. They hot. They hot. Real hot team. And they popped the Rams last week at home. Cooper Cup went down, so no Nicole or Cup. And then they played Buffalo the week before, in which they let that game slip away. They had Marvin Harrison Jr. open for a touchdown, probably to win the game, and Kyler Murray missed him. So, versus the Rams last week, they ran the ball 40 times, only passed it 21 times. They were playing with a lead, though. Stafford was sacked 5 times. We couldn't sack him for real, but a couple times, and three TDs by Kyler Murray. So he was very efficient. Rushed for 59 yards. So another mobile quarterback. So every week you facing one. And, you see what Marvin Harrison Jr. did. 4 catches, 130, two touchdowns. Tight end Trey McBride, 6 catches, 67 yards. So they played Dennis Gardeck, had 3 sacks last week. So Zaven Collins had a sack. And, you know, um, they're a good football team. On paper, I seen the way, maybe they played the end of last season. They was my sleeper team for the season. Kyler Murray, last year was hot as fish grease. When he came back, they went to Philly, beat Philly. So they had they had hell of a runs, to be honest, man. So when you look at this game, for the most part, when you look at this game for the most part, it boils down to, let's look at the injury report first. So Anazoni, St. Brown, Davenport, F.A. Melifanu, Isaiah Williams, all questionable. Um, for them, Xavier Weaver, wide receiver, questionable. And then Jonah Williams, offensive tackle, Elijah Jones, cornerback, on IR, and Christian Jones, offensive tackle, Darius Robinson, on IR, dash IR. So I don't know, injured reserve, I don't know. So, but kind of when you look at this game, to be honest, um, The Lions have had success versus the Cardinals. We played them a bunch. I think the last time we played them was Goff's first year. Before that, it felt like we played them every year. They had success versus Kyler Murray. Shorter quarterback, but mobile. They got a big defensive line. Enrique, Aiden Hutchinson, Davenport, Reader, Aleem McNeil. You can rotate. Pascal is not a small guy at all. So they had a really good offensive line, honestly. I mean, a really good defensive line. They got a matchup. Marvin Harrison Jr. He a beast. Trey McBride. He really came out of his shell last year. Um, as a as a tight end. Then a couple years ago, then they got rid of was it last year got rid of Zach Ertz, whatever. They got him from Philly. So yeah. So but but nonetheless, they got some weapons over there. James Conner can run the ball, but for key for them is if they can get the run going versus Detroit, and do some play action versus the Lions, man. Then I think it'd be interesting for them. So if they can run that if they can get the football running, they can beat the Lions, in my opinion. So if they can run the football, it's gonna get very, very interesting. So and then obviously, get the ball to Marvin Harrison Jr. And defensively for them is, the Lions not gonna run the ball. If they not gonna run the ball, then hey, it is what it is. Defend the pass, but if they can stop the Lions run or the Lions don't run the ball, then they should be in the game, to be honest. Um, yeah, they should be in the game. So I think stopping the Lions run, making it one dimension, getting after Jared Goff is the key. And if they can get after Jared Goff and make the Lions one dimensional, then I think they'll have a lot of success versus the Lions. But for the Lions to be successful in this game, they gotta get back to running the ball. It shouldn't even be a balance this week. They should run the ball more than they pass it, by a nice little margin. You know what I'm saying? So that's my whole opinion on this. Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. And they can run the ball, then get back to play action, and then get some of them play. I think it'll open up for Sam Laporta. I think it'll start to open up more easier for even J-Mo and Amara St. Brown. So yeah, I think it'll be a lot more easier for those guys. Um, it'll be a lot more easier for those guys. So um, but but yeah, running the ball is the key for the Lions, and then for them, first and foremost, you got to stop the run. Arizona is better. Arizona is better when they run the football. When they able to run the football, Arizona is tough. And then Kyler Murray could do some things outside the pocket. You know what I'm saying? Um, but then also second thing is stopping a run is keeping Kyler Murray in the pocket. You know, not allowing Kyler Murray to get out there, make plays, get him on the ground. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get out there, him, Caleb Williams, Lamar, they can make something happen outside the pocket. Then you get in trouble. So I would say keep them in the pocket. And when you sack them, you got to bring them down. You got to jump, get your hands up, bat those balls down. But stopping the run is number one. Keeping Kyler Murray in the pocket is number two. And then number three, I would say, is, not letting Marvin Harrison Jr. get off, stop him, and make, Wilson beat you. I got another receiver. What is his name? I think it's Michael Wilson. I like him a lot too, or Marquez Wilson. He flashes sometimes too, man. I think he's like a 6'4". He's a taller receiver. He caught a touchdown versus Buffalo. Let's see. Come on now. Yeah, he caught a touchdown versus Buffalo. Michael Wilson, yeah, he's. I think if he could put it together, he'd be over 6'2" from Stanford. He could put it together. He could be nice. So yeah, but make Wilson beat you. Remember, what was it? Dennis the Menace, Mr. motion. Yeah, make Wilson beat you. I don't let Harrison Jr. beat you. So, and defensively, for the Lions, I mean, offensively, like I said, it's run the football, play action. Defensively, stop the run game, keep Kyler in the pocket. Bring him down. You get the opportunity to. Got Harrison. But unfortunately, I got the Cardinals winning this game. I think they'll win this game 33-30. I think they went on a late field goal. I don't like the way the Lions looking so far. They look lethargic. I think they lost their defensively. They're pretty fine, but you can't continue to overcome the offensive woes. I think them not replacing Josh Reynolds or upgrading Josh Reynolds. I think Benjamin Ford came on yesterday and spoke on this part of it. He said that, after the Fords played Jared Goff all that money and St. Brown and Panisa Will all that money, he says he feels like, that they want to see results. They want to see them go out there and score points or whatever. And, some owners think that way and they spend money. They want to see actual results. So um, I just think, man, they losing their identity. And, if they win this game, it's going to be them getting their identity back, in my opinion. But I don't have them winning this game. I think Kyler Murray has a big day because I just think Jared Goff just looked trash. The way the ball wobbling out his hands and the way they want to throw the ball. And that might be true what Benjamin Foe says, that the Fords want to see a return on their money. So I don't understand, if your identity is running the football, play action, then throwing after all of that, then, then I think you should stick with that. So, but nonetheless, I like the Cardinals by 33-30. Hit the link tree, find me on X, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Appreciate the love and support. Want to check out my main channel, Goodfella TV. Peace.